Vampire squid, neither squid nor octopus. There is a place in the ocean where sunlight has never once touched the water, not a flicker, not a trace, a realm so far beneath the waves that pressure alone would crush a human chest like paper. The old mariners called such depths the abode of monsters, and though their maps were wrong about many things, they were not wrong to wonder. For down there, in the crushing black of what scientists now call the midnight zone, drifts a creature so strange that when it was first hauled to the surface over a century ago, the man who examined it did not know whether to call it squid or octopus. In the end, he gave up trying to choose. He named it Vampyroteuthis infernalis, the vampire squid from hell. And in doing so, he sealed its reputation before anyone truly understood what it was. The name conjures fangs and blood, yet nothing could be further from the truth. This is a creature of gentleness, not malice. Soft-bodied, small, rarely longer than a human hand, its skin the deep maroon of old wine, its 8 arms bound together by a webbing so complete that when it draws itself inward, it resembles less a predator than a cloak folding shut around a secret. It is this cloak, this dark and flowing mantle, that earned the animal its fearsome name, not teeth, for it has none worth mentioning, and not violence, for it hunts nothing alive at all. Consider for a moment what it means to survive in a place with almost no oxygen and no light. The vampire squid has adapted to an environment so hostile that most creatures cannot even pass through it, let alone live there. Its blood carries oxygen with astonishing efficiency, allowing it to thrive in waters that would suffocate its cousins. It does not chase, it does not need to. Instead, it drifts, nearly weightless, conserving every ounce of energy in a world where food is scarce and every movement has a cost. Where other cephalopods jet through the water in bursts of speed, the vampire squid simply waits, suspended in the dark like a held breath. And when it feeds, it does so almost like a ghost gathering dust. 2 long, slender filaments, thinner than the rest of its arms, retractable, sensitive, extend out into the black water, feeling for the gentle rain of falling matter that oceanographers call marine snow, the dead and the drifting, the fragments of a world above that sink slowly down into darkness. The vampire squid gathers this detritus, sweeps it along its arms in threads of mucus, and draws it in. There is no chase here, no struggle, only patience, endlessly renewed. Its eyes tell their own story. Relative to its small body, they are enormous, among the largest in the animal kingdom for a creature its size, built to catch the faintest suggestion of light in a place where light barely exists at all. And along its arms, tiny organs called photophores wait in silence, capable of producing their own soft, cold glow, not to attract, not to hunt, but to confuse, to startle, to buy a single precious moment of escape. Because even in a world with almost nothing left to fear, the vampire squid still has enemies. And when danger comes, when a shadow larger than itself moves through the black, this quiet, drifting creature transforms. Its arms, so gentle in repose, suddenly invert, pulling backward over its body like an umbrella turned inside out by a violent wind. What was soft becomes armored. Along the newly exposed underside, small spine-like projections called cirri bristle outward, and the creature that a moment ago resembled a soft velvet cloak now looks like something spiked, alien, and utterly unrecognizable. Scientists call this the pumpkin posture, for the way the inverted arms fan out like a jack-o'-lantern's ridges, though there is nothing playful about it in the dark. It is a mask of last resort, worn only when there is nowhere left to run. And if that is not enough, it has one final trick. From the tips of its arms it can release a burst of glowing mucus, flecked with light, drifting outward into the water, where a moment before there was only a creature. In the crushing silence of the deep, this sudden bloom of light can startle a predator just long enough for the vampire squid to slip away, sinking back into the black from which it came, indistinguishable once more from the darkness itself. It has done this in one form or another for longer than almost any other cephalopod alive. Fossils bearing an unmistakable resemblance to the vampire squid stretch back some 300 million years, long before the first dinosaur took its first step on land, long before trees learned to grow tall, long before anything resembling a human mind existed to wonder about the deep at all. While countless species rose and vanished, changed and adapted and disappeared entirely, the vampire squid simply continued, drifting, waiting, surviving in the one place on Earth too hostile, too dark, too forgotten for most things to bother chasing it. Perhaps that is the truest irony of its name. We called it a monster from hell because we could not place it, because it belonged to neither of the two families we thought we understood, because it lived somewhere we could barely imagine, because its only defense was to look terrifying rather than to be terrifying. But down there, in that lightless, crushing world, it is not a monster at all. It is simply a survivor, ancient, quiet, and patient beyond anything we can easily comprehend, still drifting through the dark long after the seas that made it have changed beyond recognition. And somewhere below, right now, it is drifting still.